All right, this is the NCAA second round women's basketball regional at Gettysburg. Here with Gettysburg, and come from behind win over Western New England, written by head coach Nate Davis and EB Holston Mary Schneiderly. Coach, I'll say opening statement, but I'm not sure what you're going to say. So.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's hard for me to be speechless, but the effort of this team leaves me kind of that way, to be honest with you. It's a really proud moment, but also just a real humbling moment just to see the battle and the fight that this team had and just their refusal to give up. And, you know, obviously Shania played a big part of that down the stretch and was just really impactful. And so it doesn't take a rocket scientist for me to call her out in that moment. Anybody who watched the game knows that she's a real presence there, and just really showed that she didn't want her career to be over. And we're really thankful for that. And obviously same thing with AB and just her grit and her fight, and the defensively setting the tone at the top of the key and just harassing people. And, you know, when we talk about that from a point guard spot, the defense up front just inspires people behind. And she did a great job of just, 90 feet just up and down the floor, just harassing their guards. And, and then obviously made a great penetration and a kick to, a young shooter that knocked down probably the shot of her life, which is amazing too. Just again, not how we drew it up, but to be at this table right now, to be able to talk about us continuing our tournament journey is just really exciting to be part of that.
I'm going to put it right to Shania. Shania, when you went back into the game, you seemed like you said, this is my house and no one's coming in here. Jesse and I counted 9 impact plays you made between block shots and rebounds. Talk about the end of the game.
I'm not gonna lie, the last 5 minutes, I thought like we didn't have it. I thought this was our last game. I didn't want it to be our last game, so I was like, I need to lock in right now. In my head, I was like, everyone doubted us. They didn't think we'd make it this far, and now look at us. We're making it to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, no doubt.
Shania, when you become Superwoman, you go into a room, take off one thing, put on another one.
It's a proprietary secret. We don't
How does the switch flip?
I mean, I know what my team expects of me, so I just knew I had to do what it takes to get the dubs.
Yeah.
AB, you want to talk about Shania's performance in the game?
I mean, I have no doubt she's going to step up in big moments. We've counted on her before. We can always trust her that she's behind us and she can put this team on her back when we need her.
Thanks.
She steps up in big moments.
Yeah, 8 for 10 from the free throw line for Shania too. It's something that she's worked hard at her career and has been up and down with it, but in big moments to be able to 8 of 10 today, especially down the stretch, those free throws, right? 6 for 6 down the stretch, and that's huge. Again, somebody would have to look at the stat to know that, but we know her and what she's worked hard on, so just to give her credit for that and to come through in those moments, we're really proud of her.
AB, have you always been one to drive into the forest and try to shoot over the trees?
No, I try to avoid it, especially in practice when we've got this one over here spot and stuff. But yeah, I think I do try to get in the lane. We have a lot of talented shooters on this team, so I do kind of, we say get paint touches, and that's a big precedent for us. So it's important to break that first barrier, jump stop, kick out too.
You guys mentioned too with Ava O'Neal hitting that big 3 as a freshman. First of all, were you looking for on that sequence? And then ultimately, what did it feel for you guys to see a freshman knock down probably the biggest, as you mentioned, Coach, probably the biggest?
Yeah, I'll speak real quick because then I do want to pull it over to her because ultimately it depends on what she was thinking in that situation because the ball was in her hands. I mean, for us, it's about keeping the floor spaced, having shooters out there in the corners, but looking for AB to make great contact at the top of the key, coming off that screen, Shania diving. If we get some help in there, which she did, we were able to get that shot. But what did you see? I'll interview you, AB.
I mean, I would say again, it starts in practice, and we have a lot of talented shooters on this team. So I know whoever's out there, whoever it may be on the day, we have people who are gonna knock that shot down. And Ava really stepped up today. But she's also hit some big ones in other games especially down the stretch. So. I have doubt in. I mean, I don't have any doubt in anyone in that corner position. But when she caught that ball, I could hear it in her voice when she wanted that ball, and I knew she would knock it down.
Yeah, Coach, I promise there'll be a question in here somewhere. But there was a play early in the game, and you kind of watch games. As you watch games, you kind of think of big plays, and maybe that's going to be a big play. And there was a play early in the game where Shania had a big block after they'd kind of gone inside. I kind of thought maybe that gets them going a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it did or didn't defensively, but she certainly got everything going at the end of the game. And in your time here or your time in basketball, I mean, can you think of a situation where somebody just kind of took over at both ends of the floor like that the last 5 minutes, kind of willed her team back?
Yeah, it's special. When you witness it, when you're part of it, it's special. And it is unique. And, again, it's not a surprise necessarily for us who are in practice every day. She destroys a lot of our forwards' confidence every day in practice because of going against her. But she's made plays like that all year for us in the conference playoffs. Blocking a breakaway layup to get us going against Washington College in the semifinals. She's capable of making those plays on a regular basis. And it's not that we ever want to take her for granted, but we're not surprised by it.
Yeah, and I realize she's capable of it, but 9 impactful plays or whatever it is just like, just a huge number. Credit to her, credit to her teammates for finding her, getting her the ball down low. I don't know, maybe those play calls come regardless, but maybe because she's kind of got it rolling too.
Sure. I mean, we definitely, if we find something that's working, we're going to go to it. But ultimately, it's her effort and her energy, and obviously people putting the ball where she can do something with it and continuing to go up. And I think the advantages for our players is most of the time if they throw it high enough, she's going to be the one that comes down with it. And they know that, and they're comfortable with that, and so they throw it higher than they probably think they should, and she goes up and gets it, and then comes down and goes up and makes a strong move. So she did a great job today with that.
Thank you.
Go back to the beginning. You realize Arnoli's not going to be in the game. I want to hear from the players primarily. Just how do you listen? I know you lost Slozik this season. I know you've had to deal with ups and downs. You have to adjust. This is a different scenario. How do you deal with that today as you start to gather that news? Maybe you, and then I'd love to hear from Shania. How do you process that and realize this is a different game plan now?
It was definitely last minute. But since we did have that loss of Slozy in the very beginning of the season, we found out early that it takes more than one person to fill a role with anyone on this team. It takes all 5 of us, the entire roster, coaches included, to step up and fill those roles because no one on our team is replaceable. So it took a little bit from everyone, and I think when you lose a scorer like Elena, it takes a more spread board, and I think a lot of people stepped up in different ways tonight. It wasn't one person who could do that.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously was a surprise. We were a little sad, but we've done it before, and we knew that someone was going to have to step up, so I'm not surprised that we got it done.
And AB, does that change your offensive mindset? Seemed like maybe you were a little more aggressive at the outset of the game tonight than you were last night.
I tried to set the tone a little bit in the first half, at least, just because Elena gets a lot of shots up for us, makes a lot of them, but even when she's just getting the ball up, we have great rebounders like Shania who can just, that starts our offense if someone can get that good high-quality shot up. So, I mean, I definitely tried to be a little bit more aggressive, but I also trust our team as a whole to be able to get something up.
Why don't you guys talk a little bit, one of the ones that stepped up tonight, obviously she has probably the last 2 weeks since Kim has talked about kind of the role that Kim's come on to and the big play she's made for you guys the last couple of weeks.
You guys,
I can talk about
yeah,
Kim.
go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I can too. I just want to give you guys an opportunity.
I think Kim has shown a lot of grit but it starts in practice because the shots she makes in games are exactly what she gets up in practice, and it's things that we trust as a team. We trust her with the ball when she makes those moves, but also just in games we know she can step up and hit those shots, and I don't think teams are ready for her, to be honest, especially when she starts coming off the bench. She's just like a spark of energy for us, and she can get to the basket and she can finish at the basket. And she's a good weapon, especially starting and 6-man.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have anything about Kim?
I mean, it's Kim. I have no doubt in my mind that when she gets off the bench, she's gonna go ahead and give it her all.
I mean, it doesn't take, again, much to look historically with Kim, too. She's played really big in big games, conference championship games where she's been, I'm sure, Johns Hopkins does not like to hear Hopkins against Hopkins. So Kim is really shown that she's not afraid of the moments. And again, she's very quiet and very, calm demeanor in a lot of ways, but she's such a competitor, and it shows in moments like that, just the way she plays. She also rebounds. I mean, she just does a lot for us defensively, too. She's just, complete player, more than you think.
Can you talk a little bit about your opponents tonight? Obviously, you've been on the other end,
Sure.
End of this as well, and I thought you worked really hard to get back in the game, maybe even take a little bit of control there as the fourth quarter started. All of a sudden, they make some plays and they're up 8.
Yeah. Well, they're yeah. I mean, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk about them. Obviously, every team at this stage in the game is a proven winner and knows how to win games. They're no different. Every year in and year out, they're competing for their conference championship. Trying to get to the NCAA tournament. They're well coached. They're disciplined. They play extremely hard. So we knew we were going to be in a battle, and it was going to come down to a few plays at the end. Thankfully, they went our way. But yeah, I mean, they did that yesterday too. They got down and clawed their way back, and so they're not going to give up, and neither were we. And it was just going to come down to kind of who was ahead at the end, and thankfully we were. But yeah, they're a proven winning program, well coached, like I said, and they are a formidable opponent. So we're just obviously thankful to get the win.
One more question to wrap this up. Let's look ahead to next weekend. If NYU's men win, it's highly likely we're right back here next weekend. What does that mean to possibly have next weekend at home too?
I mean, I'm excited. I love when we play at home because I think we have the advantage, and we definitely play better when we are here. So I'm excited that we possibly have the
Plus the chance
opportunity.
of the number 1 team in the country coming in.
Yeah.
It's a cool opportunity. If we get to play NYU, that's big, but also just coming this far and getting to stay here, it's a special opportunity, and I know we fought for it, but it is nice to kind of see that things fell our way, maybe with the men's team.
Well, NYU's men are up 7 with the mid-playoffs.
Nice. But yeah, it's super special, and I not that we can't play in any gym, but I do think that we shoot better in this gym, have a little more confidence in this gym. Even on defense, I think everything just helps when we're here in Bream, so it's an exciting opportunity.
It's our home.
Coach, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, that would be
What are you doing
it'd be
all week
surreal.
for spring break? What are
Say
you doing
again?
all week this week?
I don't know.
No.
No, I think you guys have done a lot of running, so we'll probably try to rest up and heal up and get some people, hopefully back and but just get ready. I mean, obviously, I know what we're going to be doing as a coaching staff, trying to get ready for our opponents for the weekend, because obviously the stakes continue to get higher, the teams are continuing to get better. Everybody in the Sweet 16 is battle tested to get there, and we're just thankful to be there. Yeah, I mean, the day is going to be interesting. We're going to have to do a team effort on how we're going to occupy our time and use it wisely, and but also recognize that these guys have worked really hard academically all year long too, and they deserve a break a little bit too, and but we also have the experience of kind of what winter break's like a little bit too, but this is special. This is special, and we're going to try to do whatever we can to make this special for them, because again, opportunities like this don't come around all the time, and we want to make sure that we remember this.
Go enjoy it with your parents.
Thank you very much.
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.